we have a problem within the Bitcoin Foundation? Do we have a problem because Luke Dasher, a longtime OG Bitcoin dev, is moving a proposal that can cause not only a soft fork, but a hard fork as well? And it may be a Trojan horse. We're going to talk about the nuances of it. It's called BIP 444. Let's get into it. All right. Welcome to the show, guys. Be sure to subscribe to the show as well. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell too so you don't miss any videos. So this is what we're talking about now. Luke Dasher, he's back in BIP 444. This is a major rollback of 2 additional upgrades that did hit the chain, guys, and a lot of people were really happy about it. We'll talk about it. The OP return upgrade, we'll talk about that, and then the Bitcoin Core, which is that was a minor upgrade, which a lot of miners are not even touching, right? We'll get into that too as well. We're going to get into this article because it has a lot of information that kind of makes this kind of make sense, and we'll go through, we'll react to some quotes because there are 2 individuals that are not for it, and they bring up some pretty good points when it comes to what's going on. But the core dev team, I think their point is very loud, and I think it makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of malicious activity that can occur, that has occurred already, and I think the 2 proposals that are going to be rolled back, right, the upgrades, I think it's needed because Bitcoin is doing things that it shouldn't be doing, and it's causing a lot of malicious activity. A lot of actual users are vulnerable, especially the validating software. It is very much exposed to malicious activities. We'll get into it. So BIP 444, this is what we're talking about. Now, you guys remember when inscriptions was actually introduced, and this is when these upgrades were actually implemented. Now, you had a Bitcoin Core upgrade too as well, 30.0. That expanded the actual capacity level from 80 bytes to 100,000 bytes. This is what we're talking about, rolling back. Now, let's talk about BIP now. Bitcoin has endured countless ideological battles, from scaling wars to environmental disputes. However, only a few have carried stakes to this particular point. Now, at the center is Luke Dasher. He's a longtime Bitcoin dev, guys, who is supporting BIP 44, which wants to roll back the controversial update to the OP return function. This is the upgrade that I just told you about. He wants to roll this back. That function, part of Bitcoin scripting language, allows users to attach small amounts of metadata and transactions. So again, Luke Dasher, this is going to be an OG dev. He wants to roll back the controversial update, which allowed users to attach these small amounts of metadata to the transactions. He's basically saying this is introduced a level of vulnerability, not only to the actual core, but validation software as well. All right. They argue that the update could let anyone upload arbitrary files, including CSAMs as well, directly onto the blockchain. This is what OP and the actual 30.0 did. Now, they further actually said that ordinary users will be exposed to legal risks simply for running Bitcoin's validation software, since every full node must store all validated transactions. Now, here's a quote from Dasher to clear this up. Now, it allows malicious actors or a particular actor to mine a single transaction with illegal or universally adherent content and credibly claim that Bitcoin itself is a system for distributing it, rather than a system that was merely abused by the said actor. Now here are the actual rebuttals. Now, you have a Canadian cryptographer, Peter Todd. He actually published a test transaction that embedded the entire text of this actual proposal while still complying with the actual restrictions that they are actually trying to put into place, which is very interesting. Now, you have Alex Thorne. He was a little bit less diplomatic with his particular critiques. This is what he said. He's the leader of Galaxy Digital. He called this particular soft fork of Bitcoin incredibly stupid. This is what he wrote. The actual BIP 444 proposal is incredibly bad. A bad actor who wants to conduct a double spin attack could put CSAM on chain, guys, to cause a reorganization and succeed with their attack, unquote. So he's basically saying this is not going to stop anything. This is not going to stop anything. Now, the soft fork is a 1-year buffer until they actually prepare the hard fork, guys. And this is the Trojan horse that I'm talking about. Now, Dasher rejected this wholeheartedly. He said there's no technical objections up to this point. He basically resisted and basically insisted that that was particularly false, misleading. And to this date, and I guess we're talking about internal testing, there's really no technical objections here. Now, he also doused tensions about the hard fork by describing the proposal as a user-activated soft fork, UASF. Meaning adoption would be specifically driven by users, not miners. This is what Dasher added just to complete this. Quote, the only way there will be a chain split is if miners were proactively defending CSAM and that would create CSAM chain, unquote. So he's saying if the miners actually rebel, there's going to be a problem here. You may have a development of a CSAM chain, which is very interesting. This whole thing is not being talked about, guys. This is not being talked about. A lot of people are trading and you know, they're going about their day in this space, but no one's talking about this infighting. This is a major situation that's going on within the actual foundation here. A lot of detractors are coming in saying this is authoritarian. This is not the Bitcoin way. Everybody should be able to use it. I guess they're saying everybody should be able to actually add their inputs when it comes to upgrades as well. Now, I will tell you, the OP return upgrade in the actual Bitcoin Core 30.0, these have already been implemented, and this particular BIP 444 is one to roll all that back because of the malicious activity that has been observed. Okay, so what do you think about this? Is this a fundamental threat, existential threat to Bitcoin? Does it need to be hard forked? Will we see another Bitcoin Cash clone? I don't know how this is going to roll down the hill, but I would tell you it's very interesting. Let me know what you actually think about it, and we'll see you on the next video.